As early as 1903, a greenhouse has been a part of the campus of Eastern Illinois University. In 1962, the Hiram F. Choate Greenhouse was built to serve as a botanical conservatory and research facility.
We have a total of roughly 800 species and cultivars in our collection. About 350 of those are in the greenhouse. Another third of the greenhouse is reserved for plant propagation. We propagate plants for classes and labs, as well as trying to maintain the collection. And then the third of the greenhouse is a reserve for research use.
Inside the greenhouse resides a famous yet sometimes smelly plant species. The Titan arum, or corpse flower, is the largest flowering plant in the world. A native of Sumatra, EIU's Titan arum first bloomed in 2008 and again in 2010. The public's fascination with this plant has drawn thousands to see and smell this rare botanical event.
The flower, or the inflorescence, can reach up to 10 feet tall and 4 feet wide, and it smells like rotting meat. And the way that it pollinates is by attracting flies. And the best way to attract flies is to smell like something dead.
But even if the Titan arum is not in bloom, there are plenty of others to see and smell. The collection not only includes those plants inside the greenhouse, but is expanded to a diverse and changing outdoor collection known as the Secret Garden.
Of course, I had seen the movie, The Secret Garden, and then I read the book and thought, well, this is something that could be considered a secret garden, because you don't know it's here until you're actually in the garden. A lot of people just walk past, and it isn't until you actually walk through the garden that you realize there's something here.
Not wanting to keep the secret garden a secret anymore, greenhouse manager Steve Melhorn has been working for several years to transform and renovate the space.
And then in early 2003, the idea came up that it'd be nice to do something with this garden and upgrade it, make it into something that can be useful for classes and labs, as well as the visitors who have gardens at home.
Many of the straight-line concrete walkways were changed into winding paths and raised beds using recycled materials. These bricks are 1902 road pavers from the city of Charleston.
And along the other pathways, I went to the Charleston Stone Quarry and got some native limestone. Riprap is what they called it, and used the native limestone as borders here instead of the broken concrete sidewalk, which I think that the native limestone looks a lot better, and it fits. It works in this garden.
Steve has been working on this project since 2003, and his efforts have started to pay off. Today, the garden is filled with a wide variety of plant species that are the outdoor extension of the greenhouse collection.
And the secret garden is divided into 14 environmental areas. These environmental areas are then subdivided into 3 or 4 separate little garden-lit areas. I also have native plant gardens. So there is an area of native shade garden, which range from native shade in wet environment, native shade dry environment, a small garden that's a forest border of native plants, and then full sun native gardens, so that I have full sun plants that are in a tall garden where they grow, the plants grow to be 4, 5, 6, 7 feet tall, and then a medium height full sun native garden, and then a low height full sun native garden. I wanted to develop small garden areas because people have needs for designing small spaces in their yards, and this would be a good place for them to come and look at plants in various settings. The secret garden is the favorite part of my job, getting out here and putting in plants and doing various designs and creating garden ideas.
Steve has designed the garden so that something is in bloom throughout the growing season. And like most home gardens, this project is never quite finished.
So there are, as I said, about 450 species and cultivars out here now. I'm shooting for 1,000 because there is still a lot more area to develop. Right now, the garden is in, I would say, an adolescent state. It's not finished. It looks a lot better than when I started it, which was in 2003, but it is far from finished.